Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Pandita ma'am, am I-
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of BCIPS Dwarka, I, Tanushree, along with my colleague Dr. Karu Daswar, would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the first day of our 12th National Conference, sponsored by ICSS STAR on business transformation and sustainable innovation, an edge to the global circular economy. Today, we are hosting our pre-conference workshop on role of literature review and statistical techniques in publication to high impact journals. To commence the event on an auspicious note, let us invoke the blessings of Ma Saraswati. May I request our technical team to please play the Saraswati Vandana.
कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रामृता
We all know that literature review and statistical techniques are vital for publishing in high impact journals. A thorough literature review provides context, identifies gaps, and demonstrates that the study's relevance and originality, whereas the statistical techniques ensure that the reliability and validity of the research findings are done through rigorous analysis. Together, they enhance the manuscript's scholarly value and credibility, increasing its chances of meeting the standards of high impact journals. To make us understand and appreciate the same, as a resource person for this workshop, today we have with us Dr. Rajneesh Ratna. Sir is a distinguished academic and professional with a PhD from IIT Kharagpur, focusing on exploring the dynamics of learning organization, antecedents, and consequences. He also holds an MTech in HRDM from IIT Kharagpur and a BTech in agricultural engineering. Further enhancing his expertise, he has completed certification courses in HR analytics from IIM Rohtak, ERP SAP HR module from CDAC Noida, and a diploma in labor law from the National Institute of Labor Education and Management in Chennai. With over 20 years of teaching experience, Sir is currently a professor at the Faculty of Management Studies, Gopal Narayan Singh University, Bihar. Prior to this role, he served as an associate professor at GEDU College of Business Studies, Royal University of Bhutan. His industry experience includes working as a project trainee at Tata Metalinks Limited, Kharagpur. He has been recognized with numerous awards, including the International Excellent Achiever Awards 2021 by Saksham Society Jaipur, Best Educator Award 2020 by Bhopal Intellectual Progressive Educational Society, Best Researcher Award 2020 by ICMDR, and Best PhD Thesis Award 2019 by ESN Publishers. Additionally, he qualified for GATE in 2000, securing a scholarship for his MTech at IIT Kharagpur. We extend a heartfelt welcome to you, sir. Before I request Sir to take over the session, I would like to remind our audience that we will have the question answer round after Sir's session. So please keep your questions ready, which can be taken up at the end of the session. May I now request Dr. Rajneesh to share his valuable insights with us. Over to you, sir. Sir, you'll have to unmute yourself, sir.
Good morning. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir,
And,
you're audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for your elaborated description. And is it possible, can we have one research scholar? He or she can respond to my question quickly and will pave the way of our learning. Based on that, is it possible? Any research scholar? Any faculty? So that I think that will be appropriate way to enhance our discussion. Any one person, please unmute and raise your hand that you are volunteer to answer my question. I'm not having difficult question. I know I'm here to, yes. Madam Malishwari. Ma'am, could you unmute yourself? Madam, is it
We would
possible?
request the technical team to please unmute, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Please tell us.
Yes. Hope you are Maleshwari, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're
Ma'am.
perfectly audible, sir.
Ma'am, can you summarize in 2 sentences that when you are writing research paper, what is keeping in your mind? 1 or 2 sentences from where you are starting and where you are ending.
So if
Is
I'm
it
getting
possible?
your, yeah, sir.
My question is, you must have published some research paper.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
didn't
sir.
forget about the level. Yes, perfect. So when you are writing research paper, from where you are starting? And
So we
how you
usually
are
start
initiating?
from, as a researcher, sir, we usually start from literature review. Then we start finding the gaps wherein our research can contribute, sir.
Okay. So
And then
starting
we
point is
find
literature
the,
only.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then we finding the supporting answers to complete our objective.
Okay. Do you have any
And
target that this year you have to publish this number of research papers or API score or for other requirement or for own development? Do you have such kind of constant that you have to publish this number of research papers?
yes, sir. Definitely, as a research scholar, we look forward to have our publication in renowned journals, sir. Be it ABDC, Web of Science, or Scopus.
Okay. So just meeting that requirement, you are publishing paper.
Uh, yes, sir. To fulfill that
What you have
requirement and to have
Yes.
a spirit as a research scholar to contribute in the literature, sir.
Okay. So you are taking from the literature and giving back to the literature, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. You are perfectly all right, ma'am. Let me summarize few things. What is expected today when we are writing a research paper? My experience and with informal information gathered from my friends and most of the researchers to in practice that we are doing. The gap is where we'll discuss later. First is it is coming from the motive. Motive is what? Our aim is to publish research paper because it is the part of our academic journey. It is going to boost my salary and it is going to fulfill my requirement. Somewhere. Second is, and we are searching it from the literature. This is what, when we are talking about the high impact factor journals, we are aiming for the publication. In practice, we are having 2 approaches. One is concern with workplace. And second is academically motivated. First is, this is what the biggest gap in, especially in our context, and this claim is not definitely from the literature. This is based on the primary data I have received from my friends and associate research scholars who are working with them. And I'll differentiate it. What is the difference? And second is academically motivation is there. Academic motivation. And our aim is to publish this number of papers for year so and so. There must be some ABDC listed. Some must be Scopus and Web of Science or ICC, or it is at least UGC care listed. First one, I think this is the requirement, and we need to focus from our research scholars. They are giving 3 years of more than 3 years of time. So, my opinion, it might be different from other guide and research scholar. We should relate it with the workplace. If it is the problem may be concern, problem of HR, is the problem of marketing, is the problem of digital marketing, Yes, sir.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
It
Can
is the
you try
problem.
without the headphone?
Let me try, sir.
Yeah.
Now, sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. And can you be little closer to the laptop?
Just a minute, sir. Is it okay?
Yes, it's fine, sir.
Voice is stable?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So we are continuing with that one. That academically motivated, we are might be in certain cases. I have seen that already we have decided the variables. This is the variable. This is the population on this product, on this services, on this kind of function of management. We are going to conduct this research. Nothing wrong there. It is acceptable. But concern is without visiting IT firm, I have published more than 10 research papers related to IT professionals, that what is their role efficacy, their job satisfaction, their employee engagement, and so many other variables picked up from HR and organizational behavior. So here, my concern is, the point I'm trying to highlight is, try to visit your workplace with your scholar without and take the appointment from proper authority. Visit your workplace. If it is the problem of psychology, if it is the problem of sociology, it is the problem of organizational behavior, it is the problem of consumer behavior, interact with the person concerned, those who are working there. And then you identify, it might be always there is no problem. It is a problem, or it may be your concern that how we can improve that system. And then we need literature for it. In the second case, which is academically motivated, we are searching the variables, we are searching other factors, and based on that, we are trying to incorporate our research title, our variables, our population, and then we are framing the research. Definitely, one and another way, already these things are served and available in the platform of literature review. My contribution, we are trying to differentiate it again from the literature. Hope I'm making sense that if it is the real dissatisfaction of a HR manager, of any manager working, or brand manager working in some organization, or digital manager working in Samsung. So is it possible for me to have 10, 15, half an hour, 1 hour time to visit that place and just quizzing that what kind of dissatisfaction, what kind of satisfaction you have? It is going to relate it with the workplace, and we will be able to provide the solution. The aim of research is publication is latter, so that wider audience and all related people can get idea and they can adopt it. They can learn from my publication. So you will get better learning, you'll have better satisfaction, and you're definitely way of writing will influence when you are writing problem statement or research problem identification. Literature, again, we are reading literature and we are justifying the gap is there. The literature is having the gap. Exactly the same title, same study variables, population, we are keeping everything same, but here is changed. It is different. This is what we are doing in gap analysis. Sorry if I'm doing something sarcastic, so please pardon. Related with the workplace, the problem they are facing, Might be in the first go, we will not able to identify what sort of problem and concern is there and how other variables are related to that. And when you are writing, this is what we are doing, problem statement. First is just elaborate what it is. What is the problem exactly there? And if the problem is solved, what you are going to get? And if not, then what could be the consequences of that and impact of that? This will help you. Might be it will be appearing to you very hazy or lengthy. Professor, what you are suggesting, who is having that much of time? Agree. Working professional, especially in the private concern, we don't have that much of time, but now it is day by day, and already it is the practice of developed nation and many leading B schools. They have made it the part of industrial visit, is the part of B schools management, especially workplaces. If it is from the hotel industry, or it is from the hospitality, or it is from tourism, or it is from visit is yearly, once and twice is required to the workplace so that you can relate yourself better. And here we can see the gap is there. What is we are doing in syllabus, and that syllabus is already outdated in industry. Industry has moved to the next level. And by the time when we are reaching there, already that practice has crossed in 15 years. So in this way, my suggestion is that motive behind conducting a research definitely will publish. Publication is one of academic motivation is there. We will do that. But better we can start from workplace by visit, by virtual visit, by taking input from the concerned person working there. In the recruitment selection, what kind of problem they are facing? Do you think literature is some extent will able to justify, but real problem it is not coming, and this is the problem. It might be I'm repeating and being sorry for that, but this is what expected, and this will lead definitely give you the edge for getting consultancy work. This is a wider platform dream for all researcher and academician, that whether it is big organization, a small organization, problem and issue is short or it is elaborated. If you are getting a touch of consultancy work, this is going to relate it to the workplace, what is being practiced in the industry. Industry, while using workplace, that might be audiences from the psychology, sociology, and other social science background. Hope all audience is not from business management and other professional courses. Professional courses, we have the defined workplace, but all these are coming either coming from the society or if one and another be related to the nation. So my point here is first aim is to search, visit, connect, establish a connect with workplace and identify. Here you need to be very smart. That problem is explained in different way because maybe the practicing manager is not expert of literature review. Practicing manager is not expert of research and publication part. You need to search it from the literature. So second step, your literature is coming. That this kind of practice, what would be the exact name? And it will help you for identifying your variable. This is what, and it is, that's why it is compulsory when you are publishing a paper, keywords are there. Keywords are defined, relating and leading to that this specific name is given to so practice. So, and after that, we can take the help of each and every step of our research. Literature is definitely inevitable. We cannot expect our publication without research. But one is I'm taking the support after visiting the workplace and then I'm identifying the list of possible variables. Role stress, time management, stress management, then role clarity, ambiguity, whatsoever may be. How This is defined in literature and how to measure. This is what. So starting from identification of variable, measurement, and then we can lead to the next level of our data collection, framing, defining, sampling technique, tools, statistics based on objective, what kind of a statistical tool, which software is appropriate for that. So first point that I have differentiated with summation with all respect that maybe you're not able to publish more than 1 or 2 research papers in a year. If you are publishing one, I'm telling you, your classroom discussion, teaching, learning process will be far, far better than the academically motivated publication related visit. You'll get lots of examples, real life. Earlier, it is from the book, it is from the other online sources. Your own example will differentiate your teaching learning process and will have the effective teaching learning. This is the first time as a teacher, this is our response. Second is academically motivated. I was supposed to be promoted to professor. Right now I'm associate professor. My API is so and so, and it is condition given by ordinance of my university that at least you have to have this number of publications. Then will you be promoted? You will get opportunity to guide your research scholar. That means the research scholar will be allocated to you if you have published 2 Scopus publications. That time I'm not having sufficient time to go for a real life or workplace related research. Definitely I'll go with the literature and I'll search 3-4 variables. No, list it. Then I'll search possible literature reviews available or not, and we are doing. Hope I'm clear to this point. If we have any doubt, we'll discuss. Then I'll talk about 2 approaches of research and what is the role of literature review. Any question?
No, sir, not yet.
Thank you. Next is it possible to show my PPT? I don't have much PPT, but few points I need to highlight.
Yes, sir, you can share the PPT.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question regarding things that what are the first semester subjects for studying for MBA finance?
You
Yes,
are
sir.
MBA finance.
I would
Just 1
request you.
minute. Ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay.
You are finally the student of MBA, right?
MBA finance.
MBA final year.
No, sir. First, I am admission. I have taken admission in the first year, first semester.
First semester.
This is a
Here, just go through the
Yeah.
course outline. In the course outline, you must be having business research methods or research methodology paper,
okay.
right? So right now you focus on the course curriculum shared with you and whatever the teachers are delivering in your lecture, capture that. Once you have
Okay,
the
sir.
understanding of business and management, and might be in second, generally, research methodology used to be in second or third semester. That paper is meant for teaching you how to conduct research and do your publication.
Okay.
Hope I have answered your question. Yes, no,
Yes, sir.
Bhardwaj.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, coming to the next point. I think my PPT is there.
Yes, sir, just
Is
a
it
second.
visible?
Dear participant,
Journals, articles, publication, right? Literature review. This is what just 1 or 2 definition is there. Documentation of comprehensive review of published and unpublished work from secondary sources. Area of specific interest to the research. Literature review is integral part of entire research process. I'll prove it that how it is entire integral part of inevitable part of research process and almost every operational step. Look at this. You must be having the question what to put in and what not to put. Now, before going this, I look at here. Those who are in the academics and doing research, we are following two research approaches. One is deductive, another is inductive approach. Deductive approach is with the help of literature, we are developing a concept, theory, or framework. And then with the help of data, we are testing that. Inductive is explore the data to develop theories which are then tested against the literature. See, two approaches are there, and we cannot expect a research without literature review. But one and another way, how it is fulfilling the requirement of our research approach. Deductive approach, with the help of literature, different leadership theories there, and Herzberg theory is there. Based on that, I'm doing some modification, testing it with the data, and declaring or confirming that my model is fit, acceptable. This kind of association is there, and this theory is so and so. When we are going for exploratory research, so what we are doing? Data is already there, and with the help of data, we are asking SPSS, help me to identify the dimensions and variables. So data is helping you the components, and then we are proposing a concept and theory. After that, we are justifying, compare and contrast with existing literature, that this theory is how much similar to the existing theory and how much it is different to theory. So all the research that we are doing in this area, it is having two approaches, deductive and inductive approach. Deductive approach is starting with literature, ending with validating with data, and inductive approach is starting with data and ending with the support from the literature. Inductive approach is not that much question. Definitely, we have the question that how it is possible without having the objective and identified variable, how and why we can proceed for data collection. It is possible. Definitely, we will have the basic idea, but we are not having clear about the function, about concept or different factors it is there. Inductive will help you, that exploratory research is to help you that yes, these are the possible and half-state model of culture, irrespective of your specialization, half-state model of culture is developed following the inductive, or after the second stage, when it was modified, it was deductive, again inductive, and finally we are practicing in industry and we are conducting research on that. So first point that I have started, that we can start from the workplace and then we can take the support from the literature in the form of identifying, not just in the form of writing literature, but it will help you to develop the scientific and technical process of research. It is definitely. Second is either we are starting with deductive or inductive. In both the cases, we need literature to support. One is in the beginning of the research, other is at the end of the literature, or maybe it is ongoing research. Lots of classification is there. And this is the literature review process. Hope it is visible to all. And see, Saunders is three authors book is there, and it is especially designed for the business research methods. So this is taken from the source and see from where it is research question. So we have started with the problem identification, writing problem statement, research question. After reviewing or visiting, identifying, discussing, we will raise the question. And then here, when you are raising your question, we have to be identifiable variables in that case. It is your prerogative to decide. These factors will be independent variables, these factors will be dependent variables, or I'm trying to raise the level. So I'm just going to develop a chain reaction that how one is having impact on intervening is having impact on that, and this is what, and this is the available in the software, whether you can follow the MOS on the smart PLS, the same link can be tested and validated. So point is, identify the parameters and variables, and this is long list. We need to raise the level here again, somewhat. Just publication, one variable will be okay. Somewhat level, two variables we can include. But when we are having set of independent and dependent variables, we can go for the intervening role of third variable, relationship between so and so, job satisfaction and organizational performance, mediating role of time management, mediating role of strategy management, mediating role of competitive advantage, whether it is mediating or it is moderating or mediated moderation. So almost 74 different models was suggested based on the permutation and combination of variables. But if we are able to do that, first two levels we are doing 3, 4, 5, mediated moderation, moderated mediation, moderation, and then combination of that. I think this part is going to add value to you, and definitely your contribution to the existing literature will be different. Here, definitely we can take the help from the literature that this variable has been treated in the form of dependent variable, in the form of independent variable, in case of moderation, but between two and this variable, mediation and moderation of this variable is not tested. So this is what I have started. If I'm going away from the topic, Singh sir and madam just stop me. That professor, stop. You are going too much away from our expected outcome. So what to put in and what not, it is okay. This is what the elaborated is. Following the steps. Look from the bottom. Research question, before resource question, our problem statement, identification of our problem. Then it is research question, and in research question we have to be very specific from the literature already being practiced terminology we can use because it is having support of the literature. And again, you may get the standardized question. Then define the parameters, generate and refine the keywords, what we have discussed, and again conduct the search and open literature, evaluate, record that how much support you are getting, because one constant is there when we are now it is not a problem, but exactly 20 years back when we are supposed to write a research paper, our one important concern was whether literature review will be available, and that time we need to take the permission from so and so library. We are finding a relative friend or so-called distant relative also. Is it possible I'll get the appointment from so and so university? I need to visit this library and I have to compile some literature work from related to my topic students. So this is available on your finger point. Tuck, 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 tuck. You can Google, you can visit to the publisher's website and identify and refine your keywords. Start drafting your review. Yes, review is not just summary of the research paper. It has many more things that you are, and it will help you to identify the gap in terms of demographic, in terms of population, in terms of geographical dispersion, in terms of methodology, research methodology the person has adopted, in terms of audience. So here again, the literature review is paving the way, guiding you that what kind of thing you have to incorporate in your research publication process. Conducting research is the different, and publishing we need to refine and take the help of literature. If it is possible, next step, and this is what we are facing when we are going for PhD evaluation and guiding our research scholars, that already data collection is completed. And then we are writing chapter 3, asking the researcher, please write pilot study. We can see the difference. Writing pilot study, just it is fulfilling the requirement documentation. If one or more than one statements are there, which is not fitting or not meeting the requirement to be included. Yes, we have defense for that. That is pilot study, but content wise, this statement is important and we are keeping for. If possible, conducting pilot study once and twice, first level you will be able to. If factor load is standardized questionnaire or it is self-designed questionnaire, if factor load is not meeting the minimum requirement, it's our responsibility to search, identify that whether a statement is ambiguous, is it giving the same meaning for which it is designed, respondent is receiving in the same way, or we need to modify here. Is that a statement is applicable? Is it measuring the perception of that respondent? If such question is there where we can respond yes and no, then what is the meaning of like a hypothetical question? Question should be, a statement should be in such a way that it is measuring your perception, your attitudinal measurement. It should not be, yes, some questions there in psychology, dichotomous one, where we can have the clear demarcation of yes and no. But in case of attitudinal research, perceptual research, this is all in social science, we are doing the perceptual research only. So give the wide range. If you want more sensitive, increase the like a 5-point scale to 7 and 9 points. So that the person will not have exactly responding yes and no form. If all are coming strongly agree with yes, it is supposed to vary. Variability must be there. Then again, you are going for data collection, conducting your research, finding blueprint already we have defined, and that again, that place also the literature review is helping you how, what are the points and important points we need to incorporate. When you are writing literature, we have to pay attention to two things. Whether you are following narrative citation or you are following parenthetical citation. Narrative is the part of your story statement, and parenthetical is given at the end of the sentence within parentheses. So, or mix of that is also acceptable, but don't follow that one. It is given in MS Word, reference and bibliographic content, because it is somewhat, it is not appropriate. Again, manual work is required. Your statement is starting with the parenthesis. Bracket is there, parenthesis, here so and so, and the last name of author. Right. So that is not the appropriate way. Manual work is required. Don't follow that word, MS Word reference guidelines. Go manually or take the help of other writing platform. Follow narrative style. Then last name of author and year will be the part of the statement. And second one is parenthetical. We can put it into the bracket with the last name of author, comma, and then comma or semicolon, and then year. If it is repeating again and again, then we can take the last name of first authors and with addition of at all years also. If the same year author is having more than one publication, then we can differentiate it with writing with the year A, B, C, D, like that. So this way we are completing our literature review writing, but each and every step we need to verify. Until the time I have explained that you have reached to the pilot study again guiding you to revisit the literature and find out that why this statement is. If it is not applicable, factor load is not coming acceptable. Okay, We can do one thing, we can refine. No? We can refine the statement. Make sure it is not measuring more than one aspect of your variable, only one aspect. So ambiguity will not be there. Respondent is having a clear understanding. Then only you can expect a possible revision and modification. Now, pilot study is conducted. If it is the part of your PhD, do this revision, incorporate, and then you proceed for the final data collection. Definitely, you will get acceptable. Nowadays, everybody is talking about SCM, but basically it is what? Regression only, multiple regression. It is okay. That this it is giving you the visual presentation of your result in summarized way, crisp, and easily we can see these are the variables, how they are related, positive or negative association, what kind of what is the strength of their relation, means regression weight or coefficient of correlation. Then the final data collection that we are conducting from the stakeholder who need to elaborate, but it should be from the right person, those who have practiced, those who have experienced that process. And then this we have to fulfill the statistical requirement. And this is what we are doing, that we are fulfilling one another way. But somewhere when we are not getting appropriate or acceptable result, it is disturbing. And then we are looking at, okay, normality check, kya nahi kya. Then what is that? Whether it is following the normal distribution. If it is not following normal distribution, okay, we need to go for the non-parametric analysis. Long list of work is there, but important trigger is look at the spiral here again and again. Literature is there to help. Nowadays, literature review is not a big deal or hurdle for us because so many platforms, online platforms are there. Almost all journals, they are having online access, at least up to abstract. This will help you to identify and take the support. If you're finding that similarity is there, that this research is similar to your nature, then again you can go back and retrieve the full length paper from the publisher. You will have the better understanding. Some open access journals are there, and that way each and every starting from problem identification, research question, research objective. Yes, technically hypothesis is the part of your objective part. So here literature is not required, but how to write you will get from the literature. And we have started this discussion with identifying, refining with keywords, variables, then finding questionnaire for data collection, standardized instrument, collecting, testing it from the testing one stage to the pilot study, and pilot study is supporting your result, then definitely proceed. If not, we need to think and revisit the literature to have flawless, clear understanding of research question. Then next level, we can move for the data testing. When you are doing the testing, if this kind of homework is already completed, always you will have the favorable result. One and another case, we are finding that a stress is having positive impact on performance, and another is saying, another set of researchers is saying that the stress is not having positive impact on the work. We are having our own notion for that, our own understanding that how stress is influencing my performance. And two different justification is available in literature. So again, when we are writing the result, when we are writing conclusions, suggestion, recommendation, literature is there to support your finding and to contradict your finding. So at least expectation that we are talking about the high impact journal is, and we have seen when I'm doing this PhD evaluation, and one and another way we are finding some gap is there. The gap is what? In literature review, we have listed, might be, for example, 10 research papers. So when you are writing that, Our focus is the last name of author and year, and it must be related to my variable. What is the finding? What is the objective? What kind of test is used there? Measure and focus is finding. Now, when you are in the position of when you are writing conclusion, generally we used to have what to write here. So first is what is the outcome of your data analysis, and this finding is going with the line of literature we have cited related to that particular objective and hypothesis, and compare and contrast and elaborate. If result is in the line of your literature, elaborate it. You can cite more literature review that so and so is also finding from. If not, it is completely contradicting that one is saying the positive impact is there, another research is saying that it is negative impact. So what to do? In that case, we need to find the possible reason behind that. Why? Why so and so difference is there? Is it because of the audience? Is it because of the country? It is because of the society? It is because of the culture? It might be that so and so product and brand is not common whatsoever. And last step, what we are writing? Future scope of the research. Limitation is there. Future scope means what is left and what possible topical relevant factors we need to include for conducting this research. So research is definitely, Madam told that this should be the first step. Yes, agreed. But I have added one more step for before going for the literature related with the workplace and what it is not. So I think I have proved that literature is an integral part of your entire research process and makes a valuable contribution to almost every operational step. I have justified that, and some 4 points on what is expected. This I have already explained. Wait, much more than the summary of previous research in your field. Whether it is
So your slide is not
Yes, ma'am.
changing. So your slides are not
Is it?
changing.
oh, okay. Now,
Yes, sir. Now it has changed. Now it's a different slide. Now we are at
Now-
slide number 6. Yes, sir.
is it changing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's changing now.
Okay. Now, one important point that I was supposed to elaborate here. Yeah. Already I've explained, but again, we need to discuss this. It will help you to conduct a preliminary search of existing material. We are starting, we are having less time. Within 3 months, 6 months, I have to go for the publication. So definitely, I'm going to do this idea that look at the workplace, identify the variables, audience from where I can get easily data, and conducting research and submitting. But it is helping you for search of existing material. It will help you to organize valuable ideas and findings. When we are talking about the high level journals, start focus on that and look at from sentence 1, some kind of citation is there. Citation is what it is doing. It is giving a strength to your argument that it is taken from so and so. It is helping you to, because it is academically motivated. So academically, we have to justify why I'm doing it. Gap analysis is not sufficient, but in the writing part, I have to relate it that we were started from here and we are reaching to that place. And this journey is in the form of a story writing, not exactly a story writing, but yes, we are following the narrative style. So a story is there. We are trying to establish the connect with my title, with my introduction, through my literature review. Next is other research that may in the progress. What are the other research work done in this area? And how my research would be different from others. So generate the research area. This is what exactly 80-90% of research scholar and professors are doing this. And then you can develop a critical perspective. But in this spiral, we have understood that start from whether it is from the workplace or it is from the literature, that is starting with research problem. Before research problem, it has to be linked with your problem statement or need and rational or significance, whatsoever the way we can define and we can justify our publication. And try to establish, apart from the literature, when we are aiming, as this suggested in my title discussion, we are aiming for high level of publication and high impact factors. Right? There should be a proper link. Establish a link with title. No need to put the flowery language. Then you can follow the Emerald Publishers guidelines, 12 words. They're asking about the maximum. You can go up to 12 keywords. So try to avoid a flowery statement for research. It is hardcore scientific and technical process. Be specific, precise, and define that. Your title must justify that what are the variables you have, or it will give a broader idea of that. It is very easy for you to link your research question and objective. No, it must dance on the same floor. That title is giving next two steps. What are the possible research question and getting the answer of research question? These are the objective. Then role of objective is this is what at the end of my research I want to achieve this.
मैंने उनको कॉल किया था, अभी मेरा उधर ही लेक्चर था ना डिप्लोमा में, तो वो तो ऑडिटोरियम में बैठे हैं, कह रहे अभी हमारा वो सिस्टम पता नहीं.
Any problem, ma'am?
Shalini ma'am, please mute yourself.
Hello. Any problem?
No, sir, everything is fine. We can go ahead.
Okay. So developing a critical perspective and have a number of functions. Bring clarity and focus to your research problem. Yes, already I've explained. Then methodology, this is what. So it is not only in the literature. If you go through that complete research paper, it will help you. What are the possible tests that we can apply? Exactly. Sample and sample size determination, how to calculate that, your population, your sampling technique, tools, statistical methods. Broaden your knowledge based in your research area. Yes. Conceptualize the findings. So rightly said by Madam in the beginning of the session that yes, literature we need each and every step on. It should be our first step to start first or second, whatsoever, depending upon from where we are starting. But at the end of the session is, again, it is surviving. No, it is giving you the clear idea that what is left. And if you can study the limitation and future scope of the research of 2 to 3 research papers, you will get a new title, new variable, somewhat different variables for further writing and publication work. Now, the topic we have started is how to reach to the high impact factor journal. Sorry. High impact factor journals is alignment was important, title, objective, hypothesis. Now, 2 different approaches for writing the hypothesis. One
Sorry
is
to distribute the slides are not
sorry.
moving.
Sorry, ma'am. Not visible.
It's stuck. Yeah, now it's moving. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So this part, clarity, conceptualizing the finding, and coming end of the session. So research problem, relation, already I've explained, but this is what it is going to give a wider scope. One point I want to highlight here is, yes, this is one. Effective reading and writing part. You must have practiced comprehension and synthesis, no? Precise writing. This is what we need to follow here. Reviewing, retooling, summarizing, comparing, and contrasting. Just don't take it as a literature, as it is going to increase my plagiarism, and what would be the right source of platform and software which will help me to minimize the blank. Yes, it is an important factor for publication. We need to minimize it, but the important part here is it is not just for the writing, it is supporting you each and every step of the research. So this is what evaluate, relate. This is capacity to relate what? Capacity to relate that you read other information. How you can conceptualize, develop, why I am reading this, what is the author trying to do in this writing, how convincing is this, what use can I make for this reading, what is takeaway from this reading to my research work. And then we need to practice it. No different, no need. So we can, from my side, I have elaborated. If anything left, we can have a discussion. And I think Samsar sir is here. Singh sir, are you there? The topic I'm supposed to. Any question from the audience?
No, sir. No questions.
Please make it interactive. Otherwise, it is giving me a sense that I'm talking to my laptop only.
Participants, please, if you have questions, you can ask.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I am asking participants to ask the questions.
Yes, please. Hope I'm clear.
Or if you are not able to
Clear
unmute yourself,
and
you
elaboration.
can put them in chat box.
If you have
Am
any
I
question
audible?
related to research, they can be raised, they can be asked. Not exactly, but it should be related to the literature review.
So there is a question which
One
has popped up.
question, I think one message is there in the group.
Yes.
I'm unable to lead.
So what are the criteria for assessing the quality of research studies?
Criteria
What
for high
are
quality. See,
yeah.
you can visit Emerald online, Springer. Then many leading publishers are there. The owner of that database, Scopus, Ender Science, visit and then look at the journal. Journal is having its impact factor. This is having maybe some publishers, they are able to update you that this many downloads has been completed, this number of times it is downloaded, this number of views we have. Important is high impact
सर एक
factor
और
is
क्वेश्चन आप भी पूछ लो.
we can search from the impact factor of the journal. Impact factor of journal is important in that case, and listing indexing of that journal is important. Whether it is available in Scopus or Web of Science or it is ABDC. So from there, it will help you, to get an idea that impact factor is the important, but relevance to your research is important. Yes, when you have already decided that you want to publish in this journal, at least try to have citation from that journal. You can take 3, 4, 5 citation, possible citation. You are updating the editor reviewer that you have the thorough understanding of this journal and aims and objective. Based on that, you are developing your paper so that that research paper can meet the expectation of and the scope of that journal. So citation from that journal is important. High impact journal is important, but we need to draw a line here that taking from any publisher, it is okay. But in journal citation is important when you are moving for publication process.
Sir, Sarika ma'am has a question. Sarika, you have raised your hand.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, I want to ask how to handle large volume of literature review.
Sorry, ma'am.
I mean, how to handle if we are having large volume of literature review. I mean, how to
Yes.
organize.
First is with your same title, means title is variables and matching is there, and you're finding many. I think I have interpreted your question that lots of research is available, literature review is available, how to sort. So in research and publication process, the life of research paper is assumed to be 5 to 10 years. So follow the chronological order, latest first, and then you can go in the backward direction. Up to 5 years. So one filtering is done. If you are having big literature review with the year, last 5 years, the screening is done. With the relevance, you can. Then before going for the relevance, okay, for last 5 years, we are having 25. No, 25 is too big number to cite in my research paper. So then go to the journal and see how much impact factor it is having. Taking citing research paper or from a reputed high-level journal, it is going to add value to that. Another focus is filtering. We can here is same publisher. First, my aim is to take from the same journal. Suppose I'm trying to publish it from the management science. So management science, and the latest publication on management science. Then other publishers or from the same publishers. High impact factor is there. We can. So that way we can filter that. In terms of country, in terms of better things will come. But start from the year, last 5 years. Focus the research scholar, research publication last 5 years. If not 10 years. When we are not getting it at all, we are taking 20, 30 years. But if it is PhD work and we need to cite some theory and concept, so year is not a constant. We can cite it from any, whether it is 100-year-old concept, because it is still it is practice. Hope I have answered.
So there is another. Thank you so much, sir, for answering. There is another question. Ms. Malleshwari is asking that how many references should be included while aiming for Scopus publication?
Ma'am, you are not audible. Just one minute.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are
Hello?
audible.
Yeah. So there is another question. Maleshwari ma'am is asking that how many references should be included while aiming for Scopus publication?
See, a Scopus publication means you must be clear with the name of journal. This journal, who is publisher, and then you can visit the other issues and volume of that journal. Take the content, make it in the writing form, include, right? But it should be related to your topic, not just at the part of. And sometimes when we are doing the review of any paper, generally IMREL and Inner Science, they are sending paper to me for review work. One factor that we have to evaluate whether a researcher has incorporated possible research work. Any theory is missing. And basis of that, we have to justify, yes, it is captured, or this citation is needed. This paper will add value. Citing this paper will add value to your publication. So somewhat you have to, from the writer's, author's perspective, yes, I have included all, but wide range is there. And digitalization is giving you a wide platform. It is not possible for a research scholar to incorporate all. But at least reviewer suggestion would be there that same journal, then the same publisher, and then if it is something theory and concept, which is very important, which is missing you, gap they are finding you are not able to relate. You have proposed, but already such a theory is approved and developed by Shansu. So and that time they will suggest you. But you can follow with no appropriate title with clear mindset that this is my aim research paper. Next step, include background, that a wider perspective is captured. Not just in literature, when you are elaborating your conclusion and discussion round, cite that one, compare and contrast that one. It is giving you the more elaborated. Thank you. Hope I have answered the question. Any other question, ma'am?
Yes, so there is another question by Anakha T. Nair. She is saying that
Just one
what
minute,
is the
1 minute, 1 minute.
yeah.
Yes, now your question.
Yeah, sir, she's asking that what is the difference between systematic and thematic review?
Correct. Systematic is you can follow one set, some order, and follow. Means order in terms of chronological order, or in terms of this one, alphabet of the last name of author. You are giving some order in the systematic writing. Thematic is neither with alphabetical order of the authors nor chronological order. You are trying to develop a story, one paragraph meaningful story, and citing one after another. I have started that man is the most valuable asset of organization, cited by so and so. So why? Because they have enough potential to grow and enhance their knowledge and skill with proper time. Another citation is there. So when one paragraph writing, it is giving a meaningful outcome. But when you are following the citation, irrespective of year, author, publisher, you're not giving any order. Just one page writing, a story type writing, but each and every almost alternate sentence is cited from other source. So might be one citation is 1985, other is talking about 2024. But after reading the paragraph, it is giving you the sense. So this is the thematic writing. And systematic is you are giving certain order for that, whether it is chronological or alphabetical or some other factor you have used that based on the methodology, those all researchers they have used exploratory research. So based on that, this is the finding. Hope I have answered your question.
Thank you, sir, for answering. So there is another question. A research scholar is asking that what are these softwares available for the literature review? Are there any softwares?
Yeah. Literature review, I will not advise you. If you are having sort of time, you can use that one. No, but taking it from one source, taking the help of software, it will help you to modify. Modify, okay. But problem is when you're using one software, the research paper is visited by 300 people. Already they have downloaded. Same paragraph, they are taking it from the source and putting to the software. Paraphrasing is software is definitely it is having its own way to paraphrase. And when you are going for a flag check, again the same thing is appearing. And you say it is no citation is there. Already your flag is there, reduced to certain level, but first level you can take and write in your own words, paraphrase that. Meaning is clear. And active, passive voice and past tense. Only if you are clear with these three terms of grammar in your writing, your 70-80% writing will be completed. So start with the author, last name of author, year, with finding. Second step, if you are taking it and it is talking about the research work is conducted between so and so on bank employees working in the banking sector, and then you are talking about the finding, better you can change the statement and write in your words, own words, that Sarma and Ratn reveal that there is a positive interaction between CRM practices and customer satisfaction based on evidence received from the research done and so on. When you change the structure from the source, it is possible that you will get 5 to 10%, 20% plagiarism. Then you can take the help of that software, because this is your original writing. Because of limited variables and keywords, some similarities coming, but after reframing and summarizing, paraphrasing done at your level first, and then you take the help of software. That so many software, Spinboard and Quillbolt. But when you have the sort of time, it is just fulfilling the paperwork. No, it is not resulting into the learning outcome. So time is there. You can follow the software with caution. One attempt is required from your side to write your own words. You will have less than 5% of plagiarism. Otherwise, already other person has copied. They have changed, and you are taking. It is already published. So 2-3 times, if you are paraphrasing and writing it again and again, then might be possible your similarity index will become it will reduce and it will be less. Better first level, your own paraphrasing, own sense. Then by changing the structure and all those, second step you can take the help. You will have less than 10 plagiarism.
So, sir, can I say that this is the limitation of AI we have in the research?
No,
that again, we have to conduct the literature review. We have to do it on our own.
Yes, ma'am. See, last this forget about 2024, 22 to 23. No, the huge use of AI content, and they are helping you to writing your literature and all those good English, somewhat technical, mechanical English was used there. But now software is available, whether you are following the drill bit or you are using Turnitin, one option is there, AI-based content. And it is revealing completely that this part of this percentage, like other sources, AI is having its own. So again, it is wastage of time. Again, you are going for paraphrasing. So better you can do homework one at a time, and second step, you can take the help. Don't use AI if it is classroom assignment. might be you can use, or you have to give the presentation. But in the process of publication and research work or thesis work, definitely it is not advisable to use, because software is available now. They can detect that this percentage you have took the help of
Yeah.
AI tool. All right.
So yes, sir. So another question is that apart from identifying the research gaps, what other things we can describe in our observation and learnings from the literature review?
We are getting support, how to frame our title,
Okay.
what we are supposed to write in the title, impact, influence, relation, association, development of questionnaire, or reliability and validity of the instrument. So this literature will help you for selecting your title. Aim of title is leading publishers. They are saying, they are giving condition for that your word limit should not be more than 12. If you follow the APA guidelines are saying for the thesis work, there should not be more than 15 words. So make sure your title is sufficient sounding, and this learning you can take from the literature, or you can take it from the expert with you. So literature is guiding. Then writing, what are the important factors we have to include into the abstract? Emerald is having 4, 5, 6 points. That rational should be there, objective should be there, methodology should be there, finding should be there, implication, and originality or valuation. But other publishers, they're saying no need to write the rationality, whether it is 2 or 3 sentences, directly start with. Some other is saying that you can write in the form of paragraph, but content is almost same. That objective should be there, brief introduction of your methodology, then finding, and then what your this suggestion and recommendation, and how your study is different from others. How to select keywords that we'll get from the literature. What should be the flow of my literature? Introduction. Always we are having confusion. Introduction, major 5 topics we are covering: review of literature, methodology, data analysis, interpretation, conclusion, and recommendation. Then where we can incorporate problem statement. So that will be the part of your research methodology. What is the need and rationale of this study? What is the significance? So this will be the part of your introduction. Where to write research gap? So literature reviews, chapter 2, you are having 3 variables, the relationship between A and B, then B and C, then A and C. Finally, if all 3 variables are involved, how they are associated with each other. So 4 headings are there, and 5th heading 2.5, research gap. So this research, how it is different from your research, what is not captured in that one. So this is again from the literature. What are the important points that we need to incorporate our research methodology? What's research design? Descriptive? Is it exploratory? It is hypothesis testing. How to decide our sample size? Which method we can use? Literature will help. Then describing your standardized questionnaire, writing in the form of acceptance and rejection of your hypothesis, conclusion. So each and every step, literature review importance is there, but important is take the paper, published paper from the journal where you are trying to publish. So your 50% formatting framework flow will be defined there.
So there is another question. The question is that, the question is that how to cite a single author if published 3 to 4 papers in the same year?
Then no problem. You can publish 3, 4, 5, 10. That is also okay. But it should be clear. Your focus, your area of specialization, your research interest must be defining that. And it is in the Central University and most of the reputed leading university, we can see the professor is defined with research interest. and it is displayed in the digital platform or somewhere, so that research scholar can relate. My area is, my topic of interest is so and so, and this professor is having publication in that area. So in year 3 to 4 publication, but you must be clear that my domain is, my area of specialization is so and so, and this publication should be related to that. It should not be like that. One publication in the finance, one is in economics, one is information technology, one is from the education, other is from so area. If you have interest other than, means apart from your own specialization, then 1 year you can dedicate. I was interested to learn Internet of Things, or I was interested to practice that how AI is, artificial intelligence is working in education system. So you can see to 2001 to 2022, my publication was in that area only. During pandemic, I realized that before being a teacher and publishing research paper in my own specialization, I should focus on teaching learning process. And then I published paper in that area only. That how teaching learning process, what is, how we can measure the academic performance, how to have effectiveness of teaching learning process, what is academic performance, how it is related with that, what is the peer pressure when you are studying, parental pressure, what is academic anxiety. So some was published, some is in the pipeline. My area is that you can dedicate 1 year, that this year is from the brand management, this year for the teaching learning process, this way. Means it is giving a clear understanding of the researcher. No, I haven't met that one, but going through the paper, I can identify, oh, this person is having interest in digital marketing, this person is having interest in brand. Research papers should define your research interest, not, although the government and university is promoting that we should go for multidisciplinary publication. It is okay, but first I will fulfill my own requirement, my area, my specialization. Meaning is that too much diversity is giving a sense, too much many research authors are there, that is also giving that somewhat it is a kind of consortium is going there, that you can write introduction, I am good in doing data analysis interpretation, and we can club, go for collaborative approach, and we can do the publication. For publication purpose, as Madam said earlier, that we have to meet the, definitely will be. But publishing 3-4 is not a problem if your interest, if that publication is defining your interest and your specialization. Hope I have answered the question.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
ma'am, just
Yes.
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I think the question was related. If, let's say, if one person has published 4 or 5 paper in the same area in the same year, then if somebody is citing those papers, what should be the order of the citing of those papers, and how it is to be decided?
Yes, sir. Two approaches we have discussed, and that was from the audience only. One is systematic review, another is thematic. So based on the approach which we are following, we can say, if you're following chronological order, so letters should be reported fast, or increasing or decreasing order of year, it is okay, we can. And when it is based on the thematic approach, where appropriate, that finding and that statement is fitting with my research, we can fit there. So same researcher, many citation is not a problem if all publications are giving a new information which is important for your research.
I think, thank you, sir. I think, Prerna ma'am, it will be much more clearer if you are going to ask the question again, that you want to cite the paper in the references or bibliography, or you want to just cite it as a literature review?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm following the author, and they write almost 3 or 4 papers related to my area only. So I just want to understand the citation way, that how could I say, like, let's suppose Golder write the paper in 2015. He write 3 or 4 paper in same year, 2015. So I just want to understand the citation way. Yeah.
Okay. Just visit the website of that publisher. Is it possible that one is published in the month of Jan, another is published in the month of June?
Exactly.
Yes, and accordingly you can assign that suffix is that A, B, C, D. Same publisher,
Okay.
no, same author, number of 3-4 publication in the same year. We can differentiate with the issue and volume number, especially the month in which month it was published. Accepted.
Yes. Sir. Yeah. Thank you.
I hope the
And
answer is
I think, sir, is it possible to see you? Shamsher Singh, sir?
Shamsher, sir. Please switch on the camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to switch on the camera, but it is not being. Let me just try once again.
Okay, okay, sir.
So there is another question. In the meantime, we can take the questions. So
Yes,
what is
please.
the best approach to address the reviewer criticism? It's asked by
Approach.
Anit Kaur. Yeah. How to address the
Really?
reviewer criticism, sir? How to address the reviewer's criticism?
Reviewers?
Criticism, sir.
Okay, criticism
I think
is, sir, namaste.
instead, just a minute, sir. Namaste, sir.
Sir,
Instead
you are
of
visible,
saying
sir.
criticism, we may say that how to address the comments given by the reviewer. I think that is the right kind of the question.
See, the reviewers will going to have a clear question that so and so is already reported. You need to revise or you need to add this one. So I don't think they are using any kind of vague statement for that. And somewhat, no, if leading publishers are there, they will give you the example also, sample they will attach that follow this as a sample and you can revise your. Correct. So whether it is the suggestion or comment or review is coming from introduction part, or it is talking about the flow of your writing, or it is talking about that argument is not helping, or your literature is old. So they are not having very vague statement. In that case, it is very clear, easy for you to understand, and accordingly you can revise. If something is there which you can defend, I don't think it is there. Always research is having some justifications. Research is very simple process if you follow the appropriate process, and it is very complicated if you are not having understanding of right approach. So comments will be very to the point, and accordingly we need to incorporate. Yes, sir. Now you are visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I think after a
thank you so
long
much,
time we are seeing each
Yes,
other.
sir. Correct, sir. It's a very long time.
And how are you, sir?
Sir, let's go ahead with the session first, then we'll.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Sir, I think we have two topics today for the discussion. One is literature review, another is statistical analysis. So my request that we can have 15-20 minutes of break so that we can recap and generate question from the literature, and then we can start the statistical analysis part. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. It's perfectly fine, sir. It's 11:43 now. Let's join by 11:55 or 12, as you wish.
When, sir?
Maybe 10 minutes break and then we rejoin.
Yes, sir.
Right, sir.
All right. Thank you. Meantime, they can
Thank you
have
so
tea,
much.
coffee. I'm also going for the same, and then we'll resume with a statistical analysis part.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All the participants are requested to rejoin again after 10 minutes.
They can remain joined one. They can be active participant after 10 minutes. No need to log out and rejoin again. They can remain.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you stay connected. So we'll be joining after 10 minutes. You can take 10 minutes break. Thank you so much, everyone.
Right. Recording can be stopped for 10 minutes, and once session starts again, it can be resumed.
Okay, sir.
session.
I'm not audible.
So you are audible.
Okay.
You're audible, and it is for all the participants that we are resuming the session with the another part of the pre-conference workshop, that is the statistical tools, the importance of statistical tools in the research papers. So, sir, we can continue, sir.
Yes, the second part of good afternoon. Second part of discussion is data analysis and the use of statistical software. So first part was literature, the most important part that already we have covered. And second part is statistical technique in publication to high impact journals. See, we have appropriate selection of questionnaire is important in that. After identification of variable, it is very important that you can use appropriate questionnaire. If it is primary research or the nature of data you need to determine. Is it following the normal distribution? Is it ordinal data? This is scale. And this will help you to decide whether it is parametric or non-parametric test that we have to conduct. When we are using a standardized questionnaire, meaning is that already we have tested the reliability and validity of that question. But rather than adopting abruptly that this software and I'm going to use this questionnaire, please read the statement carefully and check whether it is matching with the theme. Is it the statement is content-wise? Is it important to justify the measurement? Because questionnaire is developed by one researcher. Researcher is having its own understanding depending upon the context. But abruptly, adopting and using it for your own purpose, it is important to evaluate correctly that this statement is justifying or this statement is how much it is relevant in your case. If required, somewhere you can edit, modify. You will not get. What is the problem with that? When we are doing show, we are always having a fear that on reliability and validity आएगा नहीं आएगा. Result कैसे? So if you follow it with the proper understanding and guidelines, might be possible. One questionnaire is developed by Philip Kotler. But do you think Philip Kotler conducted a study in Indian context? Might be. Service quality, one aspect which was defined by Dr. Parshuram. Might be. Definitely it is applicable, but when we are trying to conduct in some other context, it is important to decide. Because later stage, what we are facing problem, already we have collected data for 300, 400, 600, 800 respondents. And now you are not standing anywhere because it is not fulfilling the minimum criteria. What we are supposed to do? See, justification is important in that case. One set of researchers, they are saying that if your respondents are more than 200, no need to conduct normality check. But another research methodology books are there. They are saying that preliminary investigation of data is very important once you have decided the nature. If it is following the normal distribution curve, then we need to follow so and so say. And if it is not, so based on the nature of data, we are going for a non-parametric. In that case, ordinal, and which is common for our social science research, like at a 5-point scale, so we need to check what normality. No, we should check this skewness and kurtosis. We can check the normality. We can go for VI, no? Variance inflation factor. Others, before that, when these tools was not there, correlation and regression analysis was the tool which is deciding the appropriateness of your instrument. Appropriateness of instrument is decided by conducting basic correlation. And if the correlation coefficient between two items, no, are less than 3, less than 0.3, it means it is not well connected with other item. Important is interconnectedness of items are important for statistically confirming the appropriateness of your instrument. If it is having a scale of correlation coefficient more than 0.8, in that case, high correlation is there, and this is the case of multicollinearity. What to do? We need
Sir,
to work on
just
that.
a minute, sir. Hello, am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, our director ma'am has joined.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm so sorry to intervene. It is not as a director, but as a participant. Just wanted to request you, sir,
Yes.
with all those parameters and the figures that you are mentioning, if you can show us some examples, because
Alright.
there are people who are new to this field and they are trying and they are building up their research paper. So for them, perhaps it's difficult to remember just the data and the parameter without having a reference frame. So this is just a request, if it is feasible and possible, if you can include it in your speech, sir. Thank you so very much, sir. And thank you,
Thank
Taruna.
you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
introductory part,
Thank you so
it
much.
was the discussion on related literature. If it is possible, I'll say through, sir. Because with passage of time, all this data is recorded, and all the times we are not having the difference. But I'll say, if I have something, I'll definitely share. This is the basic part that I have elaborated in introductory part. That these are
Right,
the
sir.
checks required. So in a structured way, I'll say
Okay, sir.
content or literature if it is.
Right, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
So those who are already in the research, they have the understanding that we need to verify and conduct the preliminary test. In that case, important, it is not having a high mathematical factors in that way. So correlation is the easiest way to check. If not, but when we are writing research paper, we are reporting reliability and reliability or validity. We are not reporting this preliminary check, whether it is normal distribution or kurtosis and skewness is fulfilling the requirement. But in thesis writing, these parts are important. In research paper, we are not reporting pilot study, but in thesis, this is required. So to avoid such kind of things in the future, not just at the part of fulfilling the curriculum or minimum requirement of my research thesis, I have to report pilot study, so it is reported, it is done. No. It should be the way of learning that how appropriate questionnaire, because the whole finding of your thesis is what? Based on the research only. Literature is there to help, but audience is expecting and your thesis is expected it is going to solve a problem of the workplace for the society or a specific problem of any business. So this expectation you are generating from not from your understanding and what literature is saying, it is based on your data only. And your data is you have collected with the help of a questionnaire. So the questionnaire designing, framing, testing, validating is the most important aspect. It means that pilot study is not reported. But if my research paper is to publish a paper which is based on instrument development, suppose I have developed a questionnaire, responsiveness, how to measure responsiveness of a teacher. In the previous discussion, explained that I have conducted some research study related to teaching learning process. And in that case, one question, it was raised in the informal discussion that what do you mean by responsiveness? How responsiveness is important in uncertain situation. Responsiveness is important when you are asking, and I'm already prepared with that answer or for help. This is not responsiveness. Uncertain time, turbulent time. This was the example cited during pandemic lockdown when we started online coaching, online teaching learning process, whether it will be effective or not. Whether my PPT is designed in such a way that I can have online session or it is designed for the offline session. Definitely, from last 15, 20 years, we are having our preparation for the face-to-face discussion. We are carrying the hard copy of case study, giving it to the student and monitoring at the time that who is seriously reading, underlining and making that. So just shifting it from my topic, important aspect here recorded is how a teacher should be responsive, how it is having impact of academic growth and development of a student, especially when we have a COVID-like situation and interaction is online. This was the publication. It might be available in Google or Google Scholar. Someone can search if you are working in that area. Point is that this question was not there. And for measuring the question, I have listed more than 20 research papers and prepared the list of possible items that is measuring the responsive behavior of a question, responsiveness, timeliness. And then I conducted a pilot study with my faculty members only. So we had the WhatsApp group, it is shared, purpose and aim was explained that I want to test and validate the questionnaire, responsiveness of a teacher. And they responded, finally it is concluded. But contents, public presentation and publication was not having concern for pilot study and homework done by researcher. They want the result. So at that time, refinement was done. I took input from Director of Academics and Director of Research of the University of Royal University of Bhutan. So their input was really relevant. And finally, the questionnaire is developed. Why I'm elaborating this part more is please be mindful when you are adopting a questionnaire. Is it developed in our country, in our context? Is it appropriate? So give some time and read each and every statement. Even there, each statement, how it is relevant and what is the meaning you are taking. First, do you react as a respondent? What meaning I'm taking? That kind of focus is going to help you to avoid certain kind of problem in later stage. I have some examples. One of the research scholar having problem in data analysis part, and questionnaire was developed by some other context, adopted for Indian context. When you are conducting, we are not able to get the response, and factor analysis result is not supporting this. Reliability was also not supporting. But already the person has given 1 year for data collection. Now he is planning to submit the thesis in next 6 months. How it is possible to redesign the question and ask him to go for further data collection? So this was the learning received from that end. Here we need to be very specific, focus on, and then end up with revising the data, which is matching with the theme and where, although it is not ethically correct, but So that data you have, important factor is that the number, when we are talking about the data analysis, number is there. So number is what would be the appropriate sample size. Different methods or solution with the table. Cressy Morgan, they have set the table with the level of significance, confidence interval, and margin of error. These things will be decide well in advance. Now there is craze of going on SCM, using SCM. Okay. Some softwares are relatively sensitive to the sample size. I can give an example here that IIBM, we are using two products. SPS is second most. No, I think it is the first most common software used for data analysis interpretation. But in less time, the R is going to lead the first position. The way it is designed on the friendly, user-friendly approach they have followed for doing the data analysis and writing interpretation. Point here is when your second product of IBM is MOS, analysis of momentum. So it is the software which is helping you to define measurement model and a structural model. When you're working with the measurement model and a structural model, what is happening? We need to work with the number, and that number must be above to so and so. A long list of indicators are there, and that is expecting the recommended level by researchers should be so and so. We are trying to fix that. Right? Okay, what it is doing. So this part is when it is sensitive, follow the guidance of sample size calculation. If appropriate sample size is taken, this problem can be avoided. So I'm just explaining before going or applying a statistical analysis for your final data set, this kind of step you need to follow, refine, and be clear with the pilot study, questionnaire that you have adapted, statement, how it is meaningful, is that meaning is clear with the respondent? If not, change the language, make it into the regional language. Because aim is to retrieve the right information. It is not just a publication for completing life assessment. Right information. So in certain cases, the researcher has changed the language, converted into Hindi or some other regional language, compile and data analysis. So this kind of So second level is conduct pilot study. If your sample size is near about 400, so first you can conduct after 50 or 100, 10% of the sample, 50, 12%. Then second level, after reaching to 100 place, just check what? Reliability and validity. If it is tested and standardized, go for confirmatory factor analysis. If not first attempt that you are taking, so go for confirmatory, and then at the end you can go for exploratory, and then you can again go for the confirmatory. Confirm that yes, instrument you have used it is. Exploratory will give you the wider way to understand that what are the possible factors, how grouping is important with the number. Because when we are entering data for pattern analysis, statement is not there. Statement number is there, 1, 2, 3. So whether it is talking about the productivity of potato or it is talking about the productivity of human being, it is not there. Only number is there, and based on that number, grouping is defined. No, so here we need to be very clear about that in data collection process. Ethically and right approach when your data missing information, and this is somewhat common. So if you have requirement of 400 sample size, just 400 is not sufficient. Time to time, when you are conducting pilot, you are able to understand. This thumb rule is if any information is missing in one response, we should delete it, remove it from the result, whatever may be the result. But we are going for extrapolation. We are trying to fit अभी कहाँ से data collection होगा, तो what to do? अच्छा कुछ number डाल देते हैं. For safer side, we can go for 3, or we can follow the extrapolation and see with the available response where the mean is average is coming. So mean is coming so near to that we can put the data. But in the correct way, remove that. This is the because of that later stage we are facing problem, and data analysis is very difficult for researcher to have results in the line of your study. Then when you are exporting, importing, or taking the data, removal or rectification of missing information, then you can check the reliability. If it is unidimensional variable, means only one variable is there. Means variable is not having further dimension. So we'll take all the statements and we'll check the Cronbach alpha. It is suggested, but we know well that Cronbach alpha value is dependent on 2 factors. How many items we have, means how many statements we have in that questionnaire. And second part is how many, what is your sample size? Means respondent number is important. If 3 statements are there, 4 statements are there, you'll find the reliability is different. Only 2 statements, very different. 1 statement, next to impossible to calculate the reliability. When you increase and decrease the respondent numbers, your reliability will vary. Important part is not just getting acceptable value of reliable instrument. Important is I have captured all statements relevant to missing that. Second step is that if it is not unidimensional, it is multidimensional. 2 or more than 2 variables are under the variable dimensions are there. Dimensions, or we can call it factor. So dimension, 1 dimension, how many items are there? Take all the items together and measure your reliability. Then dimension 2, the statements, reliability. Acceptable, it's okay. If not, some homework is required. Third, and then you can take the whole instrument. So these are the steps we need to follow to have reliability at end of data collection. Definitely it is going to have a problem or some kind of manipulation, which is not appropriate for your PhD work, not justifiable. Next level is data cleaning. Once you have taken to the software, be clear, look at, and I'm giving one example here. At the point of 4, wrongly means twice it was clicked and 44 is coming. Just think how it is going to have impact on my analysis, where range is varying from 1 to 5. All responses are lying from 1 to 5, but one respondent is talking about the 44. It is going to disturb the remaining 10 respondents, mean and average. So that thorough cleaning is required. Then next level is we are going for validity. And validity, I have explained that 2 types of, we are even taking the help of factor analysis, confirmatory factor analysis, and exploratory factor analysis. When my aim is to find possible factors, or it is my first creation, that validity of reliability, then I'll take the help of software and I'll ask, please suggest me how we can have the grouping. So grouping will be, these items will club together, these items will together in one group, this is in one group. And based on the content, what the item is talking about, then we'll give the appropriate name of the dimension. And this way, the theory concept, whether it is deductive or inductive approach, we are giving. In case of inductive approach, with the help of literature, We have already decided this is the factor if it is not justifying the items given there. Here the data is guiding you. So inductive approach with the data you are starting and grouping is done, and have a look on that what this data is talking about. What would be the appropriate name of collecting all this set of items together? Then different indicators are there. So grouping was one of the important factor. Factor load, yes, different researcher, different kind of ideas here. In general, we have understanding that factor load should be, regression estimates should be more than 0.5. But if it is less than, what to do? If it is 4, if it is 3. So if content is statement is very important to measure that dimension of variable. But definitely there is problem with the statement. It is not reaching in the way it was designed for the response. You can simplify, and that's why no simple statement is. You'll find all kind of process. Simple statement is there so that audience can understand in one way. Step 2 is grouping is done. Factor load is confirmed. This is the minimum where required. If it is not, then again, and that's why pilot study is again important here, that factor load is not appropriate. There must be some problem. Then our next step is based on research design you have adopted. So whether you have adopted descriptive, so okay, inferential statistics is not there. Descriptive statistics, you are working only with describing the situation. You are using crosstab, you are using some probability is not coming in their way, and it is not helping you to accept and reject the hypothesis. Differential statistics is apart from descriptive, probability term is there, and that we are writing significance less than 0.05 or less than 0.01. It is no. If it is so and so, so we are going to accept the alternate hypothesis. If it is more than, then we'll go for the null hypothesis. Okay. So which test we should use? We are trying to see the difference, or we are trying to see the association. When we are trying to see the association, so we'll use correlation and regression. Two variables we are talking about that. And when you are trying to see difference with what? With test value. Calculated mean compared with assumption, or some kind of assumption was done by with some rationality by the researcher, or with some standard norms available in that literature. This is the normal height of Indians. It should be 5'8". So this is my test value, and based on that we are conducting this one sample t-test, and we are deciding whether it is significantly different from the test value or not. It is significantly above the test value, or it is below the test value. The next level is we are trying to see the difference between two classes, like job satisfaction between male and female. And in this case, we are using independent sample t-test. One result is talking about a statistical interpretation that mean is so and so, mean of male is this, and mean of female is this. But below that, one t-test result, it is predicting whether this difference is significant or not. If p value is less than 0.05, it is significant. If it is not, then it is we are forced to go for the non-hypothesis. There is no significant difference. When we are having more than two clusters, then we are using one pair. NOVA analysis, different, multiple comparison, all possible permutation and combination. The result is presented, and you can again pick it if it is significant. Otherwise, we can have the only difference that there is no significant difference on the pair of class, and possibilities are there that we can go for cross-sectional analysis. If data is collected, sorry, longitude, two types with the time frame, we are having two types of research. One is cross-sectional and other is longitude. Cross-sectional study is when you have conducted or collected data once in your research work. And longitudinal is where we are supposed to collect data from more than, no, and might be in certain cases in healthcare and the wellness center, you'll find same questionnaire, same sample, no, same respondent. We are collecting twice and saying that is significantly 5 kg weight loss is there, significantly the sugar level is reduced, significantly BP level is. If it is possible from the same audience, okay, we'll do that. If not, but justification is important in that case when you are conducting longitudinal one-time data collection or you are going for twice or more than pre-training, post-training, longitudinal. Your knowledge and effectiveness of training can be evaluated with pro and pre-training and post-training. That way, now we are reaching to the correlation and regression, and a number of literature is available in that way, how to write the interpretation. Interpretation writing is same. Important is what? You can relate it with your variable. You can pick up keywords from your questionnaire. Statements are given there, and these things are very helpful when you are writing the conclusion part. Always we are short of words, no? अरे क्या लिखना है यार, conclusion में कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. Take the implication from the result, variable, what are the dimension, and what statement is talking about. Different statements you can club together. You can refer that dimension so and so is measuring this in the keywords, and these keywords will help you to elaborate your conclusion and other sections. So we are reaching to that level, that results generated, whether it is correlation and regression in association. If question is asking association and relationship, we will follow the correlation. If it is talking about the impact and this is understanding from the research is impact and influence, we'll use the regression or multiple regression. Now, specific software is available, and this is what we need to focus when we have started our discussion, that what is the role of third variable, intervening role between two variables, more than two variables. You are having n number of independent variables. You are having only one dependent variable when you are using SPSS software. And this is the limitation of SPSS software, that at a time you can take only one dependent variable, although you can use n number of independent variables for your analysis. But if my research is, my conceptual model is talking about two or more than two independent and two or more than two dependent variables, so how to do this analysis? So in that case, EMOS, in fact, Smart PLS, these softwares are available to solve your problem. Knowing interpretation is easy thing, but making it relevant to you. Might be correlation coefficient is there, potato production and the kind of fertilizer you have. There is positive correlation between employee satisfaction and their mental health. Result is varying from what? -1 to +1. Pearson correlation value is varying from -1 to +1. But look at the big data. No? The interpretation is talking about the range you have given and how you are inferring from your research. What is the meaning here? This is given. Interpretation is given. If it is significant or not, first step you will check. If it is significant, so significant impact. Second step, whether the sign of Pearson correlation is positive or negative. If it is positive, okay. By increasing independent, we can increase dependent variable. By decreasing independent, we can decrease dependent variable. If it is negative, So inverse proportion is there. By increasing independent, dependent will decrease. This is the basic interpretation, but here elaboration and discussion is important with your research theme, with your research objective, with your research hypothesis. This is what the discussion and I was trying to elaborate. Now, just having mediation, moderation, or intervening variable. If you are using 4 variables, 2 as a independent, 2 dependent, okay, like be it is fulfilling the requirement of your research, you are giving some message, some contribution is coming from your side to the existing body of knowledge. What else? Is it possible that we can go for permutation and combination, and we can go for interplay of that variables to have some better finding? Some findings, some newness is there. So in that respect, we need to understand this with the help of proper software. So if Director Ma'am and Shamsher Singh sir will permit this data analysis part, we need to conduct face to face with your laptop, with software installed, and one step we can how to generate the output, how to copy it and put it into your Word file, and then writing interpretation that this research paper has completed the writing part this way, and this paper at least you have to report it. Elaboration will be based on your variable that you have selected. So we can plan with SPSS or MOS. Both is useful now when we are talking about the SCM, structural equation modeling. So we need MOS or a smart PLS. Subscription is important, and that we are going to have a real understanding of data analysis part. Definitely online is, I can share the number, but once you practice it and see how results are generated, and out of 50 information or 15 informations given in this, I have to pick up this one only because this one is sufficient to take the interpretation, test the hypothesis, and elaborate my research finding. So if it is possible in the future, definitely whosoever may be the resource person, but this is my request and submission that we can have this such kind of discussion. Till questionnaire development, pilot study, online will suffice. But reaching to the data analysis and writing elaborated one, we need to have the session face to face or one dummy data where I can explain these are the steps you have to follow for generate and write, and then I'll give chance that you can work with your own data. Somebody is doing a consumer behavior, somebody is running or branding and brand experience and brand equity, somebody is working the financial behavior, somebody is working with Islamic finance, whatsoever topic. Relevance and significance will be different. These are the important factors. So what to do if it is univariate? Compulsorily, we have to go for reliability and validity tests. If it is bivariate, we'll use correlation, regression, and validity will use confirmatory and exploratory research. If it is more than 3, try to extract the maximum. Whether the number of variable is less, need to dig out, dive deep into it and find something new with mediation, moderation, mediated mediation. Till that 4 level, 1 year will be over for writing and summarizing and completing research. Software selection is important. That should be easily available and it must be user friendly. Almost 100, 50, 60 softwares are available in the market. Paid and free version is also. It is up to you. Pick up one, practice it, because interpretation, the result is same. Only coding, decoding, importing data, generating output will be different. Almost the first step that you are, the first software you are using for data analysis, definitely it is going to be a your comfort zone. I'm comfortable with this one, so I'll continue. I'm comfortable with this one, so I'm using it. Yes, acceptability of that software in the international market is very important. One software is very common, and it is helping you to develop model as well. Apart from basic analysis, Java, and it is gaining momentum now. But still, some publishers are having a restriction on that whether this is acceptable. SPSS universally accepted, Smart PLS universally accepted, MO software universally, R programming universally, Strata. Sorry, long list is there. So rather than wandering on what software, adopt one, practice it thoroughly, and be clear with that. If you have any question, please raise. From my side, it is covered, and I'll share with sir so that sir can forward the basic understanding of conducting this and what are the minimum criteria we need to, what could be the appropriate number of reliability and factor load for accepting and rejecting it for the research work. Yes, ma'am.
Participants, if any one of you have the questions for sir, you can type them in the chat box, or even you can unmute yourself and you can ask. So yeah, okay. So there is one question. What are the most common statistical techniques used in high impact journal publications?
Newness is important in that case, but not in terms of just changing the name of your variable. That variable must be having relevance in that area. What questionnaire that you have used? Questionnaire you are not going to report in the research paper, but source is important. After that, the statistical finding is just a number. Whether you are generating from one source or another source, difference will be created the way you are writing the conclusion and decision section. It has to be different from others. Definitely it should be based on your result only. A result is having your own limitation. Just I have given example. Pearson correlation is varying from -1 to +1. Our range is this one. But the way you are exploiting and elaborating, and at the time you are comparing and contrasting it with the existing literature, but whether your finding is going in the line of the research, existing literature, or it is contradicting, then what could be the possible reason for that? So this will help you, because I'm sure that her and those who are doing a review of research paper or PhD thesis, first we are checking introduction, and one reading is giving the sense that yes, some newness is there, and we are trying to verify with conclusion section that whether you have achieved this objective or it is giving some new findings there, right? Because we know from chapter 2 to chapter 4, one and another way, the same instrument is. My objective is different, so definitely my finding will be different. And this is the real finding of my research work. The rest all is one and another way, not giving a newness with the help of data. Newness is coming. So writing introduction part, rational, whether it is literature gap or it is real workplace problem, and the end session just before your limitation and future scope, what suggestion you are imposing, how you are concluding your finding, what could be the contribution, and what you are going to recommend the stakeholders.
Okay.
Not just it is paragraph writing, one paragraph recommendation is there, differentiated. So for recommendation for brand manager, recommendation for industry, recommendation for policy makers, recommendation for users, if these stakeholders are involved in your research work. Yes.
Thank you, sir. So another question is that how do we handle the missing data in statistical analysis?
Honestly, on the online platform, recording is going on. If missing information, please remove that data from your research and go for fresh data collection. If for the time being, you will edit this recording. So if you are finding, you can go for extrapolation. It is also somewhat ethically correct. Extrapolation. Suppose I was supposed to collect 100 responses.
Yes.
I have received 98, 97 something. So I'll calculate the mean of 97. It is showing you the central tendency. Your mean is lying between 3.5 or 2.5, whatever. So remaining 3, I'm going to pick up the number from 1 to 5, which is revolving near to that one, which is not going to disturb the central tendency value much. But out of 90, 10% and 20% of data is missing. Definitely such kind of tool is not recommended. Right?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So removal or fresh data collection, if definitely you have collected
Required, then we can
and one or two is missing. So go for extrapolation, calculate the responses given by 395 or so whatever the number. Central tendency is there, so it is coming 2.5.
Yes.
So one response I'll put 2, another response I'll put 3. My aim is not to disturb. Definitely, it will not be disturbed by 2 or 3 responses out a lot of 100 or 200, 500. So this kind of shortcut method thumb rule we can use, but honest research, go for fresh data collection. 400, collect data from 450. Then when you are doing the sorting and removing that one, you will have all the correct information. If respondent is given 44445, it is next to improbable. Remove. It is going to disturb your data set. You will not have a better outcome. Just it is making your requirement. It is next to impossible. I am measuring one aspect, and in all statement you are giving 444555333. This is general tendency of respondent. So either you have not brief or suggestion that you have given it is not correct, or maybe respondent is sort of time. So remove that. That is also more dangerous than the incomplete information.
All right, sir. All right. So thank you so much. So there is a question, Tanushree. I hope you want to ask a question. Raise your
Yes,
hand.
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Taru, ma'am. Sir, I just wanted to ask that, in various events and conferences, we are advised to write literature review-based papers. And I do understand that you've said earlier also that we cannot, completely rely on AI for literature review. But then there are any tools, I would like to know, sir, if there are any tools which can help us to at least locate or source that kind of, those kind of papers which we can review. Moreover,
Which area?
Yeah.
Which area are working with?
Sir, I
What
am
is
in
the
HR,
specialization?
human resource
HR.
management. Sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just visit Emerald Online. Emerald Online site. All journals will be there. Then you can pick one journal. All volumes and issues are there. And always you will find search option is given. Search option, you can put your variables. Don't put your title. Variables, or you can put your keywords there. Related review will be there. If your requirement is fulfilled through the abstract, you are already knowing that abstract is available online. So it is going to increase your plaque. Definitely. And if it is a purchased one, some extent it is not. My advice was that time also that first level you can compile, and one review means revision is required there. Paraphrasing is required from your side. Then you can use some other software. Otherwise, EndNote, Referencely, then read and write. Some they are suggesting, but definitely I'm not convinced in case of literature review. AI is not recommended earlier. This was the, I can say, वरदान टाइम था आप लोगों का 21 से 22 तक, सर्टेन पार्ट ऑफ 23 तक, जिन लोगों ने एआई कंटेंट से लिखा और उनका थीसिस एक्सेप्ट हो गया. अब सॉफ्टवेयर भी उसी तरह से डिजाइन किए गए हैं, ड्रिलबिट में भी और इसमें Turnitin, the most commonly used software for checking your data. Urkund is also there for state university. So they are having option to detect that what portion from paragraph so and so, this number of words, it is written with the help of artificial intelligence. Don't go for such kind of shortcut methods. Give some time and write the literature in your own words. Lag will be definitely an issue. Then go for one-time revision using Bolt or any other software available. Hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. I would just also like to know, sir, meta-analysis की बहुत बात होती है आजकल. So can you just tell us meta-analysis कैसे करना चाहिए? Any data, any tools that can help us?
Meta-analysis is the culmination of your. If you get time, try to visit A-level journal, ABDC, A plus or a star. The ratio is less for primary data. Maximum publication is coming from the literature source. And in that case, the meta-analysis is one of the tools which is going to help. But before that, collection and culmination of full of literature review work is important. And then you can go for the meta-analysis. It is definitely you are trying to what? You are trying to find something new, whether from the existing literature comparing and contrasting or from the primary source. Percentage-wise, this meta-analysis. Now see, qualitative and quantitative, which we have not discussed. For qualitative analysis, earlier we have the limited resource. Now you see number of apps are available, eViews, Envigo, and it is acceptable universally. So meta-analysis is you can say the third level of a advanced version of literature review culmination. It is primary literature or it is secondary literature or tertiary, and then you are proposing a new finding for that. One by one, yearly you can plan one qualitative based analysis, feasible way that I'm suggesting, and one. It is definitely based on your interest and your research area, availability. You can conduct with primary and secondary data. But knowing these things are very important. So that way, whether it is meta or it is based on qualitative, important tool is will help you in summarizing. But your work is with culmination and appropriate use.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So there is a question, what are some advanced statistical techniques that can enhance the research?
Mediation, moderation, mediated moderation, moderated mediation. And if you can Google and try to visit Emos software website, right? So Emos software website, they are suggesting near about 74 different possible models for advanced research. One and another way, it is revealing about the multiple regression only. But between two variables or between among set of independent and dependent variables, what are the possible factors, variables are there, which is disturbing, not disturbing, exactly having power to influence the relationship between existing variables. So in that case, you may use mediation, moderation, moderated mediation, mediated moderation, and almost remaining 70 to 74 models, which was suggested by Emos. We need 1 year for one publication. So next 72 years will be sufficient for us to have a test of all possible structures and conceptual models suggested by Emos. But up to 4-5, it is feasible and it will fulfill your requirement.
72 years is a too long time, sir.
No, we will have, don't worry.
Okay. So there is another question.
First, second, third level, yes.
Yeah, so there is another question that how can we integrate literature review findings with the statistical results in the discussion section?
Result is saying that stress is having positive impact on your academic performance. When students are stressed, their academic performance is better. Do you agree or disagree? both kind of literature is available. One set is saying that at certain level, functional stress is there, it is increasing your performance. Just remember examination day. Before examination, 24 hours, 48 hours, 3 days, the kind of the stress we are having and kind of focus study we are doing, it is increasing our performance. But if it's too much last moment, you are struggling with the number or quantitative technique or finance, it is going for dysfunctional stress. As a result of that, your performance will deteriorate. Right?
True.
So such kind of finding, which is trying to create a debate and discussion there, some will support, some will oppose, but what is your justification in that case, why your result is so? So statistics is saying positive significant relation. Literature is saying in one case, yes, it is. Other is saying, no, it is having negative relation with the same variables. Because audience is different. Because the context was different. So this kind of citation is important when you are interpreting your statistical analysis.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope there are no more further questions from the participants. We are through with the questions.
Must be there waiting for lunch.
Yes, sir, might be. Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. We greatly appreciate.
I think Cesar is saying something.
Okay.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. I have a very basic question for the basic researchers. For example, they are putting hypotheses like it has a significant relationship with so and so. So what kind of statistical tool they should use in this case?
If we can have a quick review of hypothesis testing in our social science area, we are having to see the difference, to see the perceptual difference towards girls' education between male and female, between rural and urban areas, or we are trying to establish the relationship between two or more variables. If we are having, like for the average height, just I have given this example, that the average height of Indians are 5'8", but my population is there, so I'll calculate it, whether it is significantly above that, below that, whether significant difference is not there. So I'm going to use one sample t-test. I'll propose test value, that's so and so. My aim is where employees working in IT sector, their job satisfaction is above average. So Likert 5-point scale is 1 to 5. Mean is lying where? 3. So my test value is 3. Calculated mean we are comparing with the test value. If it is significant, yes, significant difference is there. Then we'll see the mean difference. If it is positive, meaning is that their satisfaction level is above average. If it is negative, then satisfaction level is below average, and accordingly I'll accept my alternate hypothesis that there is significant difference and their level is above average or below average, 2 options. If not significant, your knowledge is accepted, there is no significant relation, no need of further discussion whether it is above or below. If you are trying to see the difference with 2 classification, we'll use independent sample t-test, robust one. Okay, significant difference is there among. Definitely, mean will be different. If we see the first table of result, descriptive statistics, it is talking about the mean of this number of respondents. This is the mean. This is the range, standard deviation, variation, error. It is given. But whether this difference is significant or not, so we'll check from the t-test result. If p-value is less than 0.05, means chance of happening event is more than 95%. Chance of happening is more than 95%. Our alternate is accepted. Now we'll see which class is having higher and lower. If no significant, then knowledge accepted. No need to elaborate and discuss higher and lower. Similarly, for more than 2 class, we'll use one way or another. If it is the case of we are trying to test that generally we use this for health and wellness sector. Those who have joined for 10 days, 15 days, data is collected with your health dimension, BP, sugar, cholesterol, blah, blah. You are going for a 10 days, 1 week course. Same audience, data is collected twice and will conduct test. See, the significant difference is there. Significantly, it is above, significantly, it is below. The statistics will give the number, but probability will confirm the significance, whether it is above or it is below. If you are trying to find the association, then correlation regression is coming. So accordingly, we'll propose the hypothesis. Nowadays, if we can look from last 15, more than 15 years, our traditional method of lighting hypothesis, we need to write the null hypothesis and alternate both. In modern writing, only one is, because the reader and audience of that research paper, they are knowing the meaning of alternate and null. So we have to give maximum information in the research paper with minimum words. So they are saying one set, only you can write alternate proposed hypothesis, and that is sufficient to update the audience and the possible researchers. So it is based on objective. We can propose the hypothesis. Objective is talking about what? Saying the difference, or it is talking about the association. Accordingly, we can propose that significant difference. And third level, we must mention in our research methodology that how it is mapped. Title, my 4 objectives, how it is linked with my proposed hypothesis, and hypothesis wise, what is the proposed test that we have. This clear understanding is sufficient. We are restricting with PhD thesis that objective should not be more than 4, 5, or 3 something. It's okay. But there is no restriction on your hypothesis. You can increase the number. Till the time you are not getting the right answer of your objective of your research question. Whatsoever. Hope I have answered the question.
Thank you, sir.
We can plan offline sessions sometime when
Sure, sir,
organization will permit. And such kind of discussion will be very, very important with experienced people like you and madam. Those who are already having 10 or more years of publication. Beginners, definitely we have to start from the basic level, from where to start. And in that case, PhD coursework is very important. Although researchers are not taking it seriously, I'm the PhD coordinator in university level. We are having 12 different departments. And the same thing I'm talking to them. They are just thinking that research methodology class is meant for clearing the paper, 3-credit course, and then I'll start working for research proposal. Now I have changed the audience. It is mapped properly. First unit, you will be able to identify your variables. You will be able to identify your title and this part. Second topic will be over. You will be able to explain the literature. Third, you will be able to write a research methodology plan. And it is compulsory for if your 70s attendance is less than 75%, I'll not permit to appear for the clearing the just paper. We need a real practice. So for beginners, we have to start in that way, one set of learning, and immediately we can ask them that is the notion of a workshop, that you can write interpret. This is technically and scientifically correct word. Might be we are having very good English, but that English is not acceptable when you are going for scientific and technical writing. What are the guidelines? And that's why we are having one subject, English for technical writing. Fourth, just I'm explaining the coursework I did during my PhD at IIT Kharagpur, research methodology 1. Second is English for technical writing. And it was completely different, no opening our all system, that what understanding we had about the English, and when you are writing technical English, it is completely different. Another topic was there, that how you are science, society and technology. And I was the first person raised this question, that what is the relevance of the science, society and technology for doing research work in the area of human resource management? And it was beautifully explained by the Professor Dr. H.R. Tiwari, Hare Ram Tiwari, that how your research work is going to contribute to the society or your stakeholder. It is just a paperwork you have completed and you are entitled to write it, doctor, or you have solved the real problem of industry. Means for your case, society will be different, and it is reaching to the stakeholder with some possible outcomes. So research methodology and English for technical writing, STAT was separate paper for that. And this one, science, society, and technology. These four are giving you the wider concept, how to select your topic, how to choose your research, and proceed further. I think I have elaborated sufficiently.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope there are no more questions. We already have a very grilling session.
Let's
sir. Lunchtime. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights. We greatly appreciate your teaching and the priceless insights you have shared. We look forward to applying these insights to enhance the quality of our research work. At the closing point of this pre-conference workshop, I would like to invite Ms. Swarnika, member of organizing committee, to deliver the vote of thanks and conclude the workshop. Over to you, Swarnika.
Yeah, thank you so much, Taru ma'am, for providing the opportunity. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great pleasure to deliver vote of thanks for this session. We have been privileged to listen to Professor Rajneesh Ratanji, whose insights on the role of literature review and statistical techniques in publishing high-impact journals have been illuminating and inspiring. Thank you so much, sir, for taking endless questions from our side and deliver the satisfactory answers. Sir, your detailed exploration of how a comprehensive literature review lays the foundation for the robust research has provided us the invaluable guidance, sir. You have brilliantly highlighted how integrating statistical techniques not only enhances the credibility of the research, but it also helps to publish the papers in the high-impact journals. On behalf of everyone, sir, present here, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to you for sharing your time and expertise with us, sir. Your contribution to the pre-conference session has been immensely valuable, and we are grateful for your dedication to advancing academic excellence. Thank you once again, sir, for your enlightening session and for inspiring all of us. I also feel honored to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all those who made this event possible. First and foremost, I would like to thank our core committee members, Dr. Samsher sir, Professor HOD, without whom this has not been possible. Dr. Nidhi Singh and Ms. Aneet, your dedication, hard work, and vision have been instrumental in organizing this workshop. A special thanks goes to our technical team, Dr. Chitra, John, Ms. Himani. Your expertise and unwavering support in managing the technical aspects has been crucial, ma'am. I would also like to express my gratitude to our student coordinator, Bal Mukund. Your enthusiasm and commitment have been commendable. A very special thanks to our director, Dr. Aparna Mishra. Your guidance, ma'am, and support. Your leadership and encouragement have been an inspiration to all of us, ma'am. I would like to thank to all the faculty members for their continuous support and participation. Your involvement and contributions have added immense value to this workshop. Thank you to the participants who have contributed to make this session very engaging and interactful as well as insightful. Your questions have really added energy to the whole session. We look forward to same kind of participation in the upcoming conference session. So thank you so much, everyone. Additionally, I would like to invite all of you to join our inaugural session at Auditorium Chandiwala State, Ma Anandmai Marg, New Delhi, tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning. It will be followed by technical session and panel discussion. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining this session and making this session insightful. And we are looking forward to have an insightful session tomorrow as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
One more request I do have, that can we all switch on our cameras and have a group photograph?
Please.
Yeah. Participants, please switch on your cameras. Team, can you please do us a favor that you can click a photograph, group photograph of all of us?
Sure, sure.
Hope I will get this picture.
Sure, so we'll send it to you. Swarnika, is it done?
Yes,
Thank you so
this
much.
is done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
My best wishes for your conference.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much for giving this opportunity. See you
Thank
soon.
you.